the #1 news talk radio program in the Antelope Valley.
Yes, it is.
And you can take us with you wherever you go because we're on the Spreaker radio network.
Yes.
So on your tablet, your computer, your smartphone, we're always there, and you can watch us on AVNewsCast. We've got an in-studio guest today, Linda Vasquez. Linda, good morning.
Hey, Linda.
We're going to reach out to a couple of candidates in a second. Yesterday was the primary election. A lot of interesting things happened last night. You know, with California's new law, top 2 go, the rest go home, running in the 25th Congressional District, we've got 2 Republicans, facing off in November. Our very own California Senator Steve Knight against Tony Strickland. In the 36th Assembly District, a huge win by Tom Lackey. Huge win. He took red and blue votes. A huge win. And Assemblyman Steve Fox, who took second place, so they're going to be squaring off.
Yes, they are.
And we can reach out to Steve Fox whenever you want to right now, and we'll see if we can get him on the line. Okay? What did I say that's so funny? Because I'm giving you instructions?
You just crack me up, that's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
he cracks everybody up. You know that, right?
And then Linda's going to be sitting in for me because I have to leave in about 10 minutes.
Hello.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, Mr. Fox, congratulations.
Well, yes, thank you, and good morning to both of you.
Good morning to you.
Steve,
Good morning to you. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
You know, I was watching the votes that came in last night, Steve, and I was a little bit surprised that the blue team didn't get more votes. I was really surprised in the amount of votes that Tom Lackey got, and I was very surprised that the Democrats, it looked like almost that they didn't show up to the polls.
Well, I'm not really surprised, and I'm actually pleased with the results. The last primary, I got the same exact
I don't know what kind of...
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
The interesting part is Kermit's 5% plus mine shows that actually 5% more Democrats, 5% more of the people, the voters, voted for a Democratic candidate. That's actually an increase over the last election.
Oh, okay.
And when you subtract out the Democratic votes, it shows I got about 4% of Republicans in declining states crossed over to vote for me.
Okay.
So in that respect, I'm pleased with the results.
Well, I know in 2012 you got a lot of the red team votes that voted for you as well.
And I deeply appreciate it because I'm not just one party. I'd like to think that I try to help our entire community doing the people's work.
Right.
And when you realize that 2 out of every 3 of the voters who voted in our primaries out here are Republicans. So we are not going to get more. The Democratic percentage is voted. When you add Kermit's and my votes together, we did get more.
Well, I called it yesterday. I predicted that we'll definitely see Steve Fox on the other side of the primary. Okay, and we're happy to see you there. And congratulations, Steve. And now you've got a lot of work cut out for you, not only with your present, with what you have to do in the state legislature, but also the November election.
We've accomplished a lot this past year and a half, and we're going to accomplish a lot more in the legislature in the next 6 months. So I'm hoping that translates into winning more trust in our public, and so we can continue doing this work.
Well, nice job, Steve, and you're welcome on the show anytime, and I'm sure we'll have you on the show many times between now and November.
And both of you appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Have a great day.
Bye, Steve.
You too.
Bye. That's cool.
I was a little bit surprised, and I was hugely surprised at the amount of votes that Tom Lackey got, because I know he took, not only the red team, but the blue team as well, okay? Because he got a lot of votes.
Yeah, it's that absentee situation that really...
Well, I said yesterday, that's what's going to do it, okay?
That's kind of a new voting trend in general, isn't it? I mean, a whole lot of people just aren't showing up at the polls, a lot more vote by mail is coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's
which,
a tremendous change in how people have traditionally voted.
yeah, absolutely.
And I think we're going to
That's
continue
true.
to see that. I mean, when I look at the numbers nationwide, we're looking at a massive movement away from people having the time to go to the polls or wanting to go to the polls. Maybe it's not the desire to be in the polls, but they just like that idea of being able to fill out their little ballots and off they go, and they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. The thing that's concerning about that is a lot of people vote really quickly,
Exactly.
and then you don't see the fallout.
For a long time.
Because, like, for instance, with Lancaster's race with Jonathan Irvin. Yeah. I kind of feel like it wouldn't have been what it was if everybody would have waited a little longer, because that mailer really kind of
Galvanized a lot of people.
It absolutely did. And I think that it would have changed it if people would have waited a little bit before they threw in those.
Well, you know what it reminds me of a lot too is the way the Tea Party changed their endorsement.
Oh.
You know, right at the last minute. But how did that affect people? You know, a lot
Did
of
it affect people?
It had no effect.
Well, I do think it had an effect. I think the effect it had was the people who waited to the last minute to vote may have swung their vote over to JD.
What, 3
maybe,
votes?
Really?
Maybe
What, 4
a
votes?
few.
11?
But remember, it may. You know, we're going to start to see that more and more people go vote by mail. So the hit pieces that come out of the last minute, which traditionally can swing a tremendous number of votes, may not be as powerful anymore. Exactly for the reason you're mentioning.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I said yesterday, and I've said many times, the voters in the Antelope Valley are very intelligent. They're very, very smart.
Yeah.
Okay. You had, JD's been on the show many times, and he's a good guy, but he was on the show many times, and he was really sure with 35,000 plus veterans in the Antelope Valley that, wow, he
Well, he's not going to be sure. You're not going to run and say, well, I got some doubts. But I was very surprised how close he was to Suzette, because I really thought that his numbers were going to be a lot better than
We all
it was.
thought his numbers were going to be a lot higher.
It goes to
I
show
really,
you,
really
okay?
thought that.
Right, and the assembly race, unlike the congressional race where it got a little ugly and a little bit dirty, especially, with the crap that Strickland was slinging, in the assembly race, it stayed really pretty clean, okay? There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was, for J.D. Kennedy, it was a disaster,
Yeah.
a total disaster. But I'm very happy with what happened with Tom Lackey, okay? Very happy, because, again, the people are intelligent. He's got a moral compass that's second to none. People know that. And they know, the issues that the city of Palmdale has been facing and the issues that the people in the Antelope Valley have are not partisan issues.
No, they're not.
And like you said, you talk to Tom, and you guys, most of the time, you agree on stuff. And if you don't agree, you guys can sit down and have a conversation.
I think that's the
and
important thing.
and it doesn't make any difference. I mean,
And
you can sit and talk to
that
them.
is the important thing, because I spoke to the other candidates. I'm not going to browbeat them now because it's a done deal. But I could see by talking to them that they could care less about what my issues were the minute they were in there. They were going to be like, this is the train I'm running, and if you're not on it, see you when I see you.
No,
See, I had a different experience, though.
Yeah.
But one candidate that was on the show, and I'm not going to say anything, mention any names, but the question was, can you work both sides of the aisle? Okay, and that candidate's response was, you know what? If I can't get them to take my position, I'll certainly do my best to block them from doing anything.
Yeah.
Okay, just a total lack of doing that.
Consideration and respect for the other people, and that's where somebody has to stand up and say, you know what?